There's nothing more American than triple denim in a pickup truck. Unless it's Japanese denim and a Japanese pickup truck. That's the 2025 Toyota Tundra. This is Dad Drives on Hot Cars. I'm Bradley Hasemeyer, a father of two and a car enthusiast just like you. Now, when it came to trucks in the past, like the F-150 or GMC Sierra, those types of trucks were basically just given the clearance from the design team. Just make it square and boxy. Who cares? No one cares. Let's put our designs into our sedans or into the SUVs. But Toyota said, no, we're going to make a truck that looks awesome and also does some truck things. That's basically why you get a Tundra. It doesn't win in payload, it doesn't win in towing capacity, but it wins in overall comfort and big points for the style. Look at this giant squared off grille. I love kind of the design elements here to break it up so it's not too much of a direct slab. The integrated LEDs in the front look kind of nice and mean instead of having them down here. Obviously, the squared off lights, there's some rounded edges for some aerodynamicness, but basically it's just kind of big square and boxy. I appreciate that style. I like the hood, powerful with these big kind of like domes on either side. As you wrap around, you get these huge, beautiful 22-inch wheels. These are all chromed out. I'm not a huge fan of lots of chrome. This is the Capstone edition. So it is the fully loaded, fully tricked out, all the things, and that means a lot of chrome. Not a big chrome guy, but they have it here. You have the iForce Max, just so everybody knows. I'll talk about that when I'm driving the car, but basically that's the twin turbo V6 hybrid. Everybody got pissed off because the V8 was gone, but the V6 actually performs better, plus better fuel economy, and it sounds great, which again, I'll get to in just a second. So I'm loving that. Giant chromed out mirrors, which are great in case you need to fix your hair, check your microphone, you know, that type of thing. And then the Capstone written on the side so everybody knows you sprang $80,000 for this. Better be telling somebody. And then this is the giant Crew Max. You can get a double cab, which is a little smaller. The Crew Max is just massive. This is one of the greatest aspects to this vehicle because dad life, you need space, room in the back for your kids, room in the back for stuff, car seats, all that kind of thing, that can be accommodated here, and I love that. Around the back, that squared off design element continues. Even the tailgate has like nice detail to it. So I'm really digging what Toyota's done with this, making it a good looking truck that, oh, by the way, does a bunch of great truck things. You can see this bed seems a little bit short. One of the cool things about the Toyota Tundra is how configurable it is. You can have a short bed, you can have a long bed, you can have the hybrid engine, you can have the standard engine, you could have a double cab, you could have a Crew Max, which is like the huge cab. You can go two-wheel drive, you can go four-wheel drive. You can mix and match most of those combinations, which is pretty cool because not everybody needs four-wheel drive. Not everybody needs a huge truck bed. I prefer a smaller bed with more room in the back because that's ultimately where my dad life is. I'm maybe a DIY weekend warrior, but I'm not at, you know, construction sites. This is not the truck that you see a lot at construction sites. You see the GMCs, you see the F-150s, the Silverados, but this is built outside of that for people like myself who love to camp, love to adventure, love to take the kids off-road, but we're not climbing boulders and we're not hauling 8,000 pounds of granite. Too old for that. Now, beyond the minivan, there may not be a better category of dad drive vehicle than the pickup truck. It's perfect for DIY, there's plenty of space for your kids, it looks rugged and cool. I mean, it's got me wearing denim on denim on denim for Pete's sakes. It kind of does it all. Being that this is the Capstone trim, you get inside and you're surrounded by as much truck luxury as you can get. There's American wood on the front here. It's open pore, it's beautiful. You've also got accents to it on top of the cup holders, on top of the storage area here. Really nice leather, two-tone with like a cream and a dark gray, which is nice because I like the cream, it looks good, but you know it's gonna get dirty and it's gonna start scuffing up because you're wearing your jeans, your raw Japanese denim, and it's gonna start scuffing. So they've already made that gray, which is nice. They massage. There's not a lot of pickup trucks out there with massaging seats. I don't even know if there's one. Well, there is one, this one. Massaging front and passenger seat, amazing. Heatilated? I think I just made that word up. Heated and ventilated together, that's heatilated. Let's start using that. Heatilated seats in the back, so your kids are gonna be happy, which I love, of course. The layout in here is very nice. They cater to dads who don't want to spend a lot of time on the screen. It is a nice screen, 14-inch, very easy to use, crisp, clear, wireless CarPlay. The standard versions get 8-inch, but this being Capstone is upgraded to 14, which you can get on other trims as well. This also has the 12-speaker JBL system with a sub and an amp, so it sounds really good, a little bit of trunk rattle, which I love. There are buttons in here for everything. My 5-year-old loves it because he loves buttons, but I love it because as I'm driving along, I'm not hunting and pecking like someone who's never typed before on this big screen. I can go right to camera view off, traction off, trailer assembly, open and close the lift gate right here. I mean, I guess you could probably do that yourself, but it's kind of a nice feature to have here. All the climate, physical buttons, a big volume knob. That's the thing about this truck that really is interesting. Everything's big. The wheels are big, the grille is big, the door is big, the glass windows, the mirrors, the buttons. It's like everything in here is like they took a truck, stuck a straw in it, went, and it just, whoop, everything got big. I had the Cadillac IQ recently, the Escalade. It's huge, massive truck, very heavy, SUV, 3-row, fully electric. But you get inside and not everything kind of mirrors that scale. So it's kind of neat that Toyota has carried that throughout. You get a nice little Capstone trim on this gloss here, just to say, reminds you, that's where your money went. 80 G's, boom, pop that, where, what? Oh yeah, Capstone, that's why. Steering wheel is great, awesome size, all the controls that you want there. Of course, it's got adaptive cruise and all that. Beautiful digital display. You can make some adjustments. It's not super customizable. Another big win here is how much space is in here. 2 cup holders, which is great. However, I'll be right back. Regular water bottles are fine. That's great, but it's a huge truck. I want a huge water bottle holder. I want something to hold my 80-ounce guzzler. That's not gonna happen in here. That's a bummer. I've used it before where you can put a big one in here, but it's still gonna move around. That's one downside. I wish there was something like that. It doesn't fit. Little guys will fit in the door, but I just think there should be, it's a big truck. I drink a lot of stuff. I work hard on the construction site, you know what I mean? I love this center console, and I think that sounds like a ridiculous thing to say, but look at this. I've got a little cubby here. I've got a little tray here. I can push the tray back. That stuff doesn't fall out. It stays kind of hidden underneath. Then I have access to the middle. I can also lift all the way up and have access to the middle. There's a lot of space here. There's even spots for your coins. That's how old school dad drives throwback vibes this is. I don't know if anybody's using that feature, but I think that's hilarious that that's still in here. So I love being in the front. I love driving. It's got a good position. Visibility's pretty good. The glass is a little low, but that's because, you know, if it went much taller, you'd be G-Wagon style. It's easy to ride here in terms of the lip on the edge of the door. It's got all the buttons on the left side too, heated steering wheel. What else? I can tell the automatic running boards not to open, or I do want them to open, or all that kind of control. And of course, this giant pano roof makes this thing feel huge. Let's go to the second row. In the second row, there's a lot of great creature comforts. Like I said, the heated and ventilated seats back here for the kids. You've got what my friend Omar Drives calls peasant blockers. The shields, the sun shields here built in. The door itself is beautiful. Multiple colors, multiple materials, great layers. A couple of small water bottle spots here. Center console, you do have water bottle spots as well. You've got an AC 120 volt down here. You've got some USB-C and a USB-A charger, keeping it old school. Little map pocket back here. Vents in the middle console, which is fine. I'm not worried about it being here because it is a smaller interior in terms of that. So much space. My head, I've got probably 3 inches more of headroom, and that's with this pano roof. My knees, I mean, what's that, 8 inches? I feel great. I can do this number here, you know, which is really casual, really fun. I've also got cup holders in the little middle flip down. Car seat kids, parents are happy about this. You don't have to move your seat very far or at all, really. for your car seat kid to be here. Rear facing, front facing, all that checks out, and that's fantastic. Oh, and one of my favorite features is the fact that the entire rear window rolls down automatically with a button. It's so cool. Thumbs up. I have my denim, and my denim. I got my pickup truck. Oh, it was already on because it's a hybrid. It's pretty quiet, right? All right, I'm driving hybrid right now. Just barely touching the throttle. If I crush it, oh yeah, baby. I think that's a great sound. That is the sound of a twin turbo V6 producing 470 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque. The advantage of having a hybrid, of course, just like any other hybrid, stop and go where you're really idling and you're very inefficient. All that's taken care of by the battery. It also helps being a twin turbo with that electric that's able to kind of satisfy that need for more off the line, fairly instant moving. It'll kind of click in quicker and help you feel like you're moving along faster in a V6 than you would in a V8. Of course, so many people decried, oh no, Toyota, you've lost your way. How come we don't have the V8? That's the answer. It sounds better, I think, than the V8. Has kind of like a turbo diesel kind of sound to it, which I think is really a cool sound. It's a rear wheel drive setup naturally. Of course, I can control that through 4 high and 4 low here if I'm gonna be off-road or doing some fun off-road stuff. But the fact that it's rear wheel drive, when you're off-road, you can kind of get a little squirrely in the gravel, or if you're in a field or something like that. I love that. You can have fun in the truck as well. The seating position is great. There's plenty of space in here. I'm really impressed by how much space is in the back. Happy kids make a happy dad. It's not too plush. It's not too over the top. Hello, fellow Tundra driver. Yeah, a lot of love between Tundra dudes. When I first put my 12-year-old, 7th grade daughter in the back, took her to school, she looked around and she goes, can we go somewhere? I want to road trip in this thing. And that's awesome. I love that aspect. I love that it provides that level of adventure. And something that's interesting, you could say, oh, well, why don't you go with a Sequoia? I mean, $80,000 for this top trim. Easily you could move into the Sequoia category and not have to worry about, you know, if you put bags in the back because you're road tripping, you got to worry about, is it going to rain? Are they going to get dusty and dirty? So you'd have to buy a cover for that. But that takes up some of the space that normally you could flip down a 3rd row seat if you had a Sequoia or something like that. But the problem is, when you start putting in a 3rd row, you have to compromise somewhere, and that 2nd row seating position is where you get a little bit of a compromise. So I like that if you just take the 3rd row out of the equation, if you don't need a 3rd row and you've thought about an SUV, you should consider the Tundra, because it's an SUV except there's more space. There's a little more man cards involved because it's a truck. I think you'd be surprised how often you do use the truck part of the pickup truck. For instance, I had 2 bikes, my kids had outgrown them. It's so annoying to try to stuff those into my old Benz wagon that I have, or our MDX, put all the seats down and all that. No, throw them in the truck bed, don't even worry about it. Even had a couple other bags back there, plenty of space, plenty of room, no problem. And nobody's compromised in here. I love that. All right, so there you go, guys. What do you think? Does Dad drive the 2025 Toyota Tundra? I think so. And I would say if you're considering a 3-row SUV and you don't really need that 3rd row, no matter what brand you're looking at, Sequoia, of course, because it's Toyota or whatever, I think you should consider the Tundra. It wins on space, it wins on style, usability. I mean, it's versatile, it's kind of everything you want. Plus you keep your man cards, which is dope. Love that. Make sure you're following Hot Cars on social for up to the minute, up to the second articles and news. Make sure you're following me at Hazemeyer on TikTok, BHaz on Instagram. Hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful drive. See ya. Yeah, baby.